You know, when you're a young athlete, as I was, you know, you just think you're going to play forever and you're going to make X amount of dollars and you're always going to have lots and you can do what you want and all that. Well, it doesn't work like that. When you're a young guy and, hey, take care of Daryl and have a nice truck and away you go. But then you get married and then you have children, the children have children, then it changes. And that would be that long-term vision that I learned from a lot of men that had that same sort of vision. And now everything for me is just about taking care of my family long-term.
You actually do need to save, because the power of investment returns compounding over years and decades, you know, it really adds up. Most
of the folks who I know who have become very wealthy have done it either through starting and running great businesses. So you have the entrepreneurial side, or they are successful in professional careers and just commit to earning and saving money.
You know, it's funny how things come back to you in your life. And my father, when I was a kid, of course, he was through the Depression and the war, and he'd always say, it's not how much money you make, it's how you spend it. And, you know, when I realized one day that he was absolutely right, you kind of go, man, that old man, he knew what he was talking about.
You know, I only played for 9 years, so I didn't make a lot of money, and it's way different now than then. I started my first year pro, I made $17,000, and fortunately, when I was finished playing in Chicago, they offered me a coaching job, and that gave me the last 31 years coaching and managing, which allowed me to have that long-term vision.
Well, we made saving a priority. So when we first started working and we didn't have children, we really tried to save one salary and live on one salary. Having a savings target really helped, and it wasn't to leave it to the end of our lives to do it, because you never know what's going to come up.
I think the worst piece of advice that anyone can give you is that, you know, the purpose of what we do is you gotta buy low and sell high. And those 4 words are very easy to say, but almost impossible to do. Because it is true, that's ultimately how you want to get there, but getting to that is incredibly difficult. And the journey to doing that is a constant, you know, it's a constant battle and a constant learning. So
people have heard this, a lot of people have heard this, but there's a saying that time in the market is more important than timing the market. It's really, it doesn't work out well to time the market from what I've seen over my 30 years investing. It's having the right investments and sticking to it, and just not getting taken off your plan, really.
First one that comes to mind is that 45% of the world's investable equity or stock market is outside North America. It's not non-US, non-Canadian. If you're not there, you're missing almost half of what's out there. So there's a tremendous diversification benefit you're losing out on.
Not panicking at the lows and not getting too exuberant at the highs. These are all principles that do work, but maintaining accountability of those principles often takes help, because as individuals we do get emotional.
And so finding somebody that you can partner with, that you trust, that can give you advice beyond sort of a product, but more so some good advice about decision making.
I don't know it all. You know, you think you know it. It's like doctors and dentists being managing their own money. They think that we're smart and can do it. We're not. Everybody has expertise, and you really need to hire the experts.